What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the Cambridge Audio Melomania P100 SE headphones, and we've already kicked it off last week, or my last video, and so far it's been really good. I can't wait to see how these guys move on through this series. All right, so the next opponent in this one will be the Sony WH-1000XM6 headphones. Now, again, another one of the ones I was really, I got a lot of requests to match them up against, and I also wanted to do this myself just to see exactly how they will rate against the improved XM6 headphones compared to the XM5. So this should be very interesting. So if you want to see price, specs, and app breakdowns for each of these headphones, as always, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I'll also leave links where you can pick up one or both of these headphones if you're interested. And this is going to be a lot of fun. But before we do, let's hear a little bit from today's sponsor, Audio Experience.
Let me tell you a bit about our sponsor for today's video, Audio Experience. Located in Connecticut, Audio Experience has 2 appointment-only showrooms featuring dedicated audition spaces for 2-channel stereo, home theater, and custom installation audio video for homes and businesses. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, no. Audio Experience exists to provide discerning enthusiasts like you a way of connecting with the highest quality products to transform your AV experience from the mundane to the emotionally engaging. For those of you outside of the Connecticut area, like myself, Audio Experience offers the majority of its brands online via shopaudioexperience.com. Doing business with larger retailers can often feel transactional and impersonal. By contrast, Audio Experience offers a personalized approach focused solely on your needs, offering the knowledge, care, and dedication needed to achieve truly life-changing AV solutions. Now, if you're interested in a specific product or you want to learn more, check out the links in the description of this video and make sure you let Justin at Audio Experience know that Ron on Tech sent you.
All right, we're back in. We're going to start off with the P100 SEs. We are in the Cambridge Audio app. I want to quickly show you guys my EQ settings here. There they are. A little V shape going on. All right, so let's go ahead and get back out of there. We're going to go ahead and check our volume level, make sure we at our optimal listening level. We are definitely there. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get these guys on. Let's get the camera turned around. Let's get our cutaway up. All right. Oh, I didn't have to do that. I don't know why I had to do that. I didn't have to turn them up. It's one of the things I like about these. All right, we do have noise canceling turned on. And we got our first song up. Thanks to You by Boss Skaggs. Huge shout out to, again, to the commenter in one of my videos for suggesting this song for testing. Again, huge kudos. Thanks a lot. It's a great song to test with. I really appreciate it. All right, so here we go. Song number 1 on P100 SEs. Let's do it. Man, that sounds so smooth with that bass. It's so smooth sounding. Ooh, I like the way it rumbles and it just continues. The wave continues. Nice. Got the horns in. Nice sound stage. Got the cymbal with that. That's constant. I love it. That's great detail. Vocals nice and clear. Love that bass though. Just boom. Oh, that sounds so soulful. It's giving you that oomph. Man, that's clear. All right. All right. I could listen to that for a while. That sounds so clean with the vocals and everything. Very clear. And I was just enamored with the detail from the instruments on there. Sound very, just sound really good. All right. It just did. All right. So what we're going to do now is I could go on for days talking about just everything I heard in the song. What we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and we'll switch over, get the XM6s paired up. We'll take a look at their app settings, and then we'll see how they handle song number one. All right, we back in. We got the XM6s paired up. We are in the Sony control app, or sound control app as they call it. All right, I just want to quickly show you guys my show you, hit the wrong button. Show you my EQ settings here. There you go. I'm going with this one. I do find my EQ set up, but I think I get a little bit better overall sound through this one. Doing it this way here. I'll just show you again. That's what it looks like. Okay. I think I get a better overall sound out of that one. So let's go ahead. We'll jump out of there. We got our first song already queued up. Let's check our volume level. Make sure we are at the optimal listen level. We are at the orange line. All right, let's get the camera switched. All right, here we go. We're going to put them on. We're going to make sure we got noise canceling turned on. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the button here. All right, now transparency. Now noise canceling is turned on. All right, so here we go. Let me get our cutaway in. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Song number one, XM6. Let's do it. Ooh. Oh, the bass. Very clean. That cymbal. That. Oh, this is smooth. This is smooth. Again, I love the horns. The lyrics coming nice and clear. But I love the bass. Again, a smooth, soulful type sound to the. Very clean. Oh my goodness. This sounds so good. I love, and a nice sound stage too. Why? Because you get into all right, let me pause this. You're getting some of the cymbals, just a steady tap of the cymbal. You're getting it in the left and right ear, so you got a nice wide sound stage. And again, the bass on this it sounds so good. So good. And then a nice, again, smooth, not distorted sounding, smooth. And then again, the other instruments, the horns was right on point, nice and crisp, brief but crisp, and the vocals magnificent. It just sound nice and clear. All right, man. I could go on just listening to this song with these two headphones. So, but we're pressed for time. Well, not really, but we kind of are. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get into our second song. All right, we are back in. We've got our second song up, You and That, by E40. I'm about to say featuring E40. By E40, featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. I consider this my bass song because I get a nice, good thumping bass out of this. So let's go ahead and get our camera switch. Get our cutaway. All right, here we go. Song number 2. Let's get it. All right, right off the bat. Nice punch to the bass. Very clean. I feel crooked. I'm good. Again, nice punch to the bass. T-Pain comes off nice and clear. The tinny auto-tune, natural, but not piercing of the ear where they got that high-pitched sound. So I like the way it's smoothed out. But that bass, nice punch. The fade out, again, ripples in a pond. Very clean. Oh, yeah. Very clean. And again, the vocals, very clear. Can definitely hear all the lyrics. Now we got E40 coming in. Again, let's turn this up a little bit. Woo! I love that bass. Even at higher volume. Upside them. Let me pause it. I done hit the thing. All right. Even going up to the higher volume levels, I didn't have to, the bass still sound clean, no distortion whatsoever. I love it when you can do that. I mean, I normally don't listen to them at that high volume level. I usually stay where I'm at, my 60, 65, but turning it up, these guys could handle that bass without it distorting. All right, let's go ahead and swap these out. We're gonna get the XM6s on. Let's back this song up. All right. Okay, got that little technical issue resolved there. Now we ready to rock. We got the XM6s in. We got our second song. Let's get it. Ooh, that bass is sinister. Oh, and the fade out is so smooth, so clean. Now you got you got T-Pain coming in, nice and clear. You got the tinny auto-tune sound, which is standard, but not piercing to the ear. Let's turn this up a little bit. Let me some bass. Woo. Oh, that bass is nice. Oh, so clean. All right, let me go back down. All right, let's get back where we belong. All right, again, nice punchy bass. The vocals nice and clear. But again, you got balance, so you're not bass is not drowning out the vocals and vice versa. E40 sounding nice and clear. Oh, and again, just the fade away, ripples in the pond. I've always said that's how you want your bass to fade out. If you ever understand, look it up on YouTube and see ripples in the pond, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. How they start big after the big bass hit, they start big and it fades out until it's all gone. So that's exactly how you want your bass to sound. And man, I'm telling you, these XM6s, they have definitely improved the overall sound on these from the XM5s. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and get into our final song. All right, we are back in for our final song. We got Kenny G Home. All right, we got our P100s on. Let's go ahead and flip that camera, get our cutaway going on. There we go. Again, here we go. Final song. Let's do it. Nice clarity. Make sure I'm turned up. Am I turned up? See, I knew it. There we go. Let's back that up. Let's start over. All right, here we go. Again, nice crisp high keys. Good transition to the lower keys. Nice little rumble there, picking that up. Saxophone sounds nice and crisp. Very clear. Again, good balance with the keyboard. Decent sound stage, so you got good spacing. It just sounds so crisp. Again, there is a low line, little low end bass there. It's kind of faint here, but if you listen carefully, you can pick it up from the low keys. Again, very, very clear. Again, very, very clean, very clear. I love the crispness of the saxophone. The transition from the high keys to the low keys was good. I wish it had a little bit more prominence, a little bit more oomph to it. But again, I did like the sound overall. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guys switched out. We are go ahead and get the XM6s on. All right. Okay, let's get these guys going. Let me back. Quick test. All right. Okay, we there. All right. Had to test it again. All right, we are locked in. Here we go. Song number 3, XM6s. Let's do it. All right. Again, nice bright sound, crisp high keys. Nice transition. Going into the high keys from Nice. The saxophone coming in sounding nice and crisp. Very clean. And again, you got the crisp saxophone, you got the keyboard, you got good balance in between. And remember I was mentioning the low keys, little rumble during the course of the song. They're coming in more prominent here on the XM6s. So that's good detail. Yeah, very clear. Again, love how crisp the saxophone sounds. Again, I absolutely enjoyed just how they sound. Like just the way they've done things with these headphones. Very crisp. Again, the bass on it, nice and more prominent than break where I expected it to be in this type of song. Not overpowering, but yet the presence was, you could definitely feel and hear the bass from the low keys throughout the song, which is a nice touch and a nice attention to detail and sound how they picked that up. Again, very crisp. Again, not as wide as a nice sound stage, not as wide as it sounded on the SEs, but nice, decent sound stage there as well. Both well done. All right, so what we want to do now is we're going to go get this cleaned up. We're going to talk about these two, and we're going to figure out who's the winner of episode number 2 of this Gauntlet Series. All right, we are back in, and this has been a really, really good head-to-head for this Gauntlet Series. Definitely lived up to the billing. So I know this video has probably been a little bit long, so we're going to dive right into it. All right, first song, Boz Gags. Both of them sound really good with the bass, the horns, the cymbals. Everything came through sounding really, really clear. As far as which one is louder, I'm going to say it's a draw. I think they both get equally as loud, in my opinion, if turned all the way up. I normally don't listen to them at a higher volume, but I know a lot of people was going to ask which one's louder. I think they get equally as loud, as in my opinion. So there's that. But both of them did a fantastic job with the lyric, the vocals, the instruments, the bass, just really, really good. And again, seemed like they both produced a wide soundstage. I don't know if it was just the song production, how it was mastered or anything, but they both, you got nice spacing with the instruments, and man, it was just a nice soulful song as well. And they both produced excellent audio for it. Moving on over to the second song, our bass song. Both of them did a fantastic job with the bass. Nice punchy bass on there. Clear vocals as well. If I had to choose, I think Sony's bass was a little bit more deeper, had a little bit more punch to it. And they both had fantastic fade outs. Like I said, ripples in the pond. They both did. Both of them distortion free at higher volume levels as well. So they both were at both headphones was able to take that bass without sounding like it's popping or anything like that, which leads to possible distortion or damage to the speakers within these headphones. So both of them did a fantastic job of being able to do that, to work with that and produce the sound at higher volume, the bass at higher volume, that is. The lyrics, both of them very clean and clear. T-Pains, auto tunes, tinny as always, but not piercing on both of them. I like the way they both smoothed them out. E40's lyrics very clear on as well. Both of them did a good job there. Now flipping over to our final song, Going Home. This is where I think they kind of separate, in my opinion. They both gave me nice crisp highs with the high keys, but when you transition to the low keys, it was more prominent, more present on the XM6s than on the P100s. And then, of course, that underlining little bass from the low keys throughout the song was picked up more on the XM6s. It was very faint on the P100 SEs, but to that's where they separated the saxophone. Very crisp on both of them as well. Very clear. I love the echoing they both produced on there. I didn't mention it during the listening session, but they both produced nice, clear echo there as well. But again, the bass end of it is where these guys kind of separated in that second song there. So, or the third song, excuse me. So, putting all that together, and I love the way both of these sound. But if I had to choose my winner on this one, I'm gonna have to go with the XM6s on that, because of the bass component of it. Yes, they both did nicely with the clarity and everything. When it comes to the vocals and the instruments, they both did a fantastic, really great job on that. I'm telling you, Sony really did improve the overall sound on these XM6s compared to the XM5s. But I just I just can't escape that. Again, there's 3 boxes that I like I must check in order for someone, to move on, and that is bass, volume, and your your vocal clarity, instrumental clarity. And comparing these two, the SEs, as awesome as they sound, and again, they did really good with the E40 song, bass punch and everything like that. But then you switch to another song and it sounds like the bass just vacates. It's not consistent. I didn't like that inconsistency where I got consistent bass out of the XM6s, and that's puzzling. That's puzzling to me. I don't know what happened there, but that's what happened in that one. I don't know. Anyway, my winner on this one is the Sony WH-1000XM6s, and this will wrap up episode 2 of the Gauntlet Series for the Cambridge Audio. I was about to call them something else. The Cambridge Audio Melomania P100 SE headphones. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. I know there's going to be people in the comment section saying, well, you're not a true audiophile. I've never claimed to be. You don't understand, but I do understand. And like I said, there's 3 boxes that I have to check. And sometimes they do check them, sometimes they don't. So that leads to inconsistency. That's why they didn't win this one. All right. So if you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, we got 2 more in this series to go through. We'll see if they can bounce back. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.